have a monkey in your pants?
Right then folks, so a few people have asked over the space of me mentioning that I've got a PC and gaming. Obviously I've done a couple of PC gameplays, not much. What my PC is, or what my rig is, or what my system is, if you like. Excuse that jumper hanging on my window. I've still got to get a blind for this room, I've said before, and it's quite sunny in Scotland today, and it's all shiny, fucking annoying bright light coming in, so I've slapped that jumper up there to try and hide it. And I'm still wearing my Robocop t-shirt. I think it should get washed now, but never mind. So I thought I'd basically show you my PC. It's going to be the webcam on my hand with a light shining in the case, so that's about as professional as it's going to get, unfortunately. But I'll give you a good idea of what my PC is, the spec. I'll give you a look at the water cooling side of it as well, for those of you who may be interested in water cooling but I've never done it. But feel free, ask any questions below, whatever, and I'll try to answer as best I can. So that's my Amiga, that lives down there. Sort of see it, pull the keyboard up onto the desk when I want to play it. This is the first of my two monitors. That light up there is for when I'm recording the YouTubes. Whoa! That's a BenQ 24-inch 3D 120Hz monitor. That's what is that? I can't remember the make of that, but it's a mechanical keyboard of some sort. Some cheapy ass Logitech speakers that you can just see at the back of there. Second monitor. Both these monitors really need a good clean. Actually, they're both incredibly dusty. The second monitor is a cheap 24-inch Acer monitor that I had kicking about. That screen's filthy, needs cleaned. Need to get some decent wipes, but it works really well. Like if I was doing some video editing, I could have the main program on the first monitor here and other things open here and drag it across and whatnot. So it does work really well having the two monitors. It's pretty decent. It's not used obviously in gaming, but for general sort of day-to-day sort of use, it is it's pretty decent. So that's my two monitors. It's a Corsair. I forget the name of the mouse, but it's a Corsair mouse of some sort. That's my router. There you go. So excuse the light. There you go. Well, it sort of sorts itself out. It's quite light in Scotland today, quite bright. But that's my machine there. I've taken the side off, obviously. It's a Corsair 650D case. Nice big 200mm fan in the front. I modded that because it did used to have a grill across the front of the fan there, but I chopped it off to increase the airflow. Again, the case is really dusty because I've just lifted it up onto my desk because it was making my legs really warm. A Lamptron. There you go. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen when I was doing that. Fan controller. All the fans are connected through that. I use a Corsair Vengeance 1500 headset for my gaming, and the case does have a jumper there. I just had to bodge that up there just to hide the bloody sunlight from beating in because it was knocking things up. The case does have a window like this, but I took it off obviously. Excuse the wonky frame rate, the camera's having some issues with I've just sorted it I think with the light out there. So that's my case there, the innards of it. Start from this side I suppose. You got a 200mm, I think that's 30mm thick radiator. I forget the make of it now. It escapes me. It'll probably come once I've finished making the video. At the top we've got a bit something up there, a bit of mank on it. It's a 240 60mm thick radiator, XSPC. Corsair SP120 fans here as exhaust. This one is an intake at the back there. Another two set of fans at the top, so the radiator's running in push-pull. I've got an Corsair AX 760 power supply down the bottom there. A couple of mechanical hard drives. Now you can't see them, but I've got two. I'm not going to bother taking the back off. Two solid state drives behind this part here, basically on the other side of the case. One for the OS and one for the games. Speed things up. Like I say, two mechanical hard drives down here for storage. So in there, you can just about see it. Let me see if we can do anything better with the light, and this is so homebrew. Hold on. There you go. So there you go. A bit shiny, but it's the best I can do with the lighting for this. It's I call it ASUS, but I know a lot of Americans call it Asus. I like calling it ASUS. Excuse the shadow, but I've got a light behind me there. So it's an Asus Maximus 5 Genie motherboard. It's an M80X board. It's not full size, obviously. It doesn't come right down here at the bottom. The reason being is my first couple of water-cooled builds were M80X size cases, so I needed the smaller motherboard. But the motherboard itself is the dog's danglies. Amazing for overclocking and whatever. I probably don't use it anywhere near its capabilities and whatnot. And I just thought the mic on this is probably picking up a lot of the noise from the hard drives and the fans, although it's not that noisy when you're sitting next to it. So Maximus 5 Genie Asus motherboard up there. I've got an i5 2500K underneath this EK water block. It's running at 4.5 gigahertz. I did used to run it at 4.7, but the extra heat it generated for an extra 200 megahertz probably wasn't worth the hassle. So we'll start down here. Got XSPC reservoir with a D5 Vario pump on the back, so you can adjust the speed. Adjust the speed of the pump, basically adjust the flow. And so it comes out of here. These are clear XSPC tubes with some EK coolant and Mayhem's red dye inside of it. It's not the sort of solid sort of coloured dye you get. It's a bit watery looking, but I'm quite happy with it. These bubbles in here will disappear. It's only because I've just recently filled the loop up. But so it comes out from the pump up here to the CPU block, from the CPU up to the 360 rad, from the rad down to the GPU, from the GPU all the way down here to this radiator, and then from this radiator back up into the reservoir. So I've got 8 gigabytes of Corsair, you just see it there, low profile RAM in there. We've got an AMD, I just bought this, it's brand new, I can't remember what it is, R9 790 graphics card, and it does look really, really nice actually with the water block on. It's an EK water block, as you can see there. Full water block along with the backplate as well, so the backplate obviously, apart from actively cooling some chips and whatnot that's on the back, it makes it look really, really nice and sleek. And that's about it, guys. There's nothing much in here. Radiator, motherboard, CPU, RAM, fan, pump, reservoir, 2 mechanical hard drives, and the Corsair power supply back there. Now this thing here, in case anybody asks, it's just a bit of foam that I found lying about. Reason being is obviously the pump vibrates to a certain degree, and that foam just stops the vibrating, transferring through the vibration, as you say, transferring through the case. But that's it. It's a PC and it's a beast. The graphics card's absolutely huge, and it's overclocked to tits as well, but it looks pretty cool. A few guys have asked, like I say, what my PC is and what it looks like. How much would this cost for you to build? No idea. The reason I've got a 2500K is I bought that when it was out, and there's no real point in buying anything else as far as I'm concerned for the minimal performance increase you'll get in any sort of games. But that's it. Well, there you go, guys. That was just a very sort of quick look at my PC. I think I covered more or less everything when I was going over it. Hopefully I did. But like I said earlier on, any questions or anything, feel free to comment. But yeah, that is what I game on. It's a kick-ass machine, especially that new graphics card. It's honestly, it's a beast, and having it all water cooled. Do you know what I mean? The CPU can be overclocked like crazy. The graphics card can be overclocked like crazy. I've pushed it quite far, but it's still got a bit more to go on it as well, especially with that card, because it does run normally hot, really hot with the stock cooler and whatever. So I thought, right, well, I never thought it was water cooled anyway, but the benefit of water cooling it, obviously it keeps it all considerably cooler. But as always, guys, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Please, like I said, put any questions down below. I'll do my best to answer them. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?